Man, you hear the time, don't you? You hear the time? You know what time it is, Dirt?
What time it is?
Time for us to get canceled. Time for us to upset a bunch of people. You know.
Well, I know you are. I know you're gonna upset a bunch of people.
You're gonna do it with me too, man. Everything I say, I'm gonna say co-signed by Dirt. Everything is co-signed by Dirt. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Ash Show. We talk about the past, present, future gaming. I got my co-host with me, Dirt Green. What's going on, Dirt?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
It's been an eventful day.
Yeah, man, a very eventful day. Still kind of confused why everybody acting so damn surprised, but you know, we'll get into it.
We know what's up. Well, we know. I don't know about other people. We know. Does he need a poster, Dirt? Look, man, actually, what's funny is I do, like, people can't see it. Hold up.
Oh, no, like, Addy, you don't understand. Ray talking about something totally different, brother.
Oh.
He talking about something totally different. No, man, he cool.
So I got a hidden poster no one's seen.
What's that?
What's it gonna be? Oh,
snap.
Yeah, so you can't see it. I kind of want to put it like right here. Oh, you can't see that either?
Yeah, you can. I mean, probably if you like pan the cameras back, you can see it.
Yeah, I'll pan it back here in a little bit. Yeah, but what's going on, guys, man? Yes, I've seen Twitter. I know it's on fire to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into it, man, you know, what you've been playing, Dirt? You know, why all this madness is going on? What are you calmly playing in your house?
I just started playing Banishers. So far, I'm enjoying it. I'm still pretty early, but I just finished Assassin's Creed Mirage, so I started Banishers, and it's all right so far. Not bad. I'm not gonna say it's amazing, but it's not bad.
There's a lot of stuff going on, man. I've been playing Infinite Wealth. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay.
I do want to jump into after the stream today. I want to stream on Addict Arena, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo, the second one, because they have a new demo out. It's kind of like more of the open worldness. I have confirmed we got denied a Rebirth code.
Oh, okay.
So the funny is, you know, I talk a little bit about being an influencer. I used to get tight when that happened because to me, it's just like I always see in the industry, they just don't reward passion. Like they reward the people that know how to manipulate the industry, know how to clout chase. And that's all they reward. They never reward. And people are like, oh, well, you know, they offered it to the smaller outlets. Yeah, the day came out, the day the game came out. But here's the thing, Dirt. If we were to get a code, let's say that we were approved for a code, we got to wait for the game to come out. Why do we got to wait when people like Gene Parks got it like a month ago?
A month
like
ago?
To me, it'd be different if like they just weren't available to launch day. But if some people have it, why is other people playing it when they're the same thing?
Seems like there's I don't want to say favoritism, but they have their favorites, maybe.
Well, so some people like Washington Post.
Yeah,
like that's get it, and
that's a big publication.
Sit there and they say, "Well, it's because you're feeling entitled." No, here's the thing: if you know how many games I've gotten review codes like damn near like an hour before they came out, but there's mad people that's had the game for weeks. It's like, do they have like a machine that only generates a certain amount of codes a day? And they gotta wait for the next day. Like, I don't get that. I don't. If people sit there, well, it's because like I don't understand how content creators can't be like vocal about frustrations in the industry when the same people, these are the same people, Dirt, that the Suicide Squad thing. They were bashing stuff because it's easy when you're at the top when you don't get a game. It's easy to sit from the top and say you didn't get a game.
Right.
You know, they don't get one game, they flip out. But I say, yo, you know, what's going on? Like, you know, Square Enix. I don't work with Square Enix a lot. So when they don't give me a code, it is what it is. You know, there's never really been a relationship. What I don't like is when a company uses you for smaller titles, but when they release a bigger title, they're like, oh, we ain't giving you that shit. What? So I covered all your other stuff, but when it's going to really benefit me, too bad. I do feel like influencers are manipulated too much. I really do. They're easily manipulated because think about like how much work some companies literally just only target influencers because they know it's like low fruit, especially smaller ones. And it's just it's frustrating a little bit because it just feels like, especially ILP, because I applied for a code under ILP, and you know we've done nothing but grind for years, done nothing but be on the front lines, done nothing but speak this passion of gaming, and then it just feels like sometimes they're like, that's not enough. But then you look who they are sending the code to, because they have a little bit more of a following, or they know how to move in the industry better, and they've tweeted about Final Fantasy 4 times in their entire life on Twitter. So when you look at mine, I literally have years of posting Final Fantasy, and I see people have posted it 4 times and they got a code. It's frustrating a little bit. So an IOP is an Xbox centric thing. That's fair. Here's the thing. I'm not entitled to one, but I'm still going to complain on how the industry handles PR in general, because I think it needs to be restructured. Because I feel like the moment PR can use you, they right there. But the moment they can't use you, they're like, you know what, we good on them for right now. And then, you know, you got people that's just huge that can do whatever they want. They don't really have to worry about anything. They could literally go out there, tweet whatever they want, and do whatever they want. And I feel like there's no repercussions for them. But you do anything out of the line. You know how many times I've seen people say they complain about one minor thing for PlayStation. Sorry. They complain one minor thing for PlayStation. One minor thing. And they never heard from the PR ever again. It's just frustrating, man, because it's just like, I want the industry better, and that involves how PR is done, how, you know, everything is generally done. You know, when it comes to stuff like that, it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, we're not expecting something, but I do feel like it's important to get your frustrations off certain aspects that make sense, because it might change. You never know. That's why I was so frustrated with Greg Miller, and kind of funny when they were saying that stuff, because where are you when people are doing stuff in general? Where are you when people aren't getting review codes to something, but other people are? Where are you for that?
Right.
Well, you're there because you're friends with Insomniac. You're there front and center.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's all about, I don't know, man. I guess that's just how it is. Like a lot of people question, why does a guy like Mighty Keith get Xbox stuff? Like they'll send him the new consoles, and people like, hey man, he hate Xbox though. And people wonder that, but I guess it's just these companies have their strategy. They will give you guys smaller games, but for some reason they won't let y'all review bigger games, get y'all review code for bigger games. I mean, I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Dirt doesn't give a shit about the topic, because Dirt don't really cover games like in terms of like full blown reviews. I do. That's why. And first off, no offense, Joey, but I'm gonna say what I want to say. It don't matter if Dirt don't like, because you know what? I'm gonna give Dirt plenty of opportunities to talk his smack here in about 5-10 minutes. But I'm gonna say what I want to say. But anyway, on with that. You know, it just food for thought. You know, I don't think influencers tell enough about what it's like to be an influencer, and they just see the front layer of all this stuff. They don't see what happens behind the scenes. And you know, people love to talk smack about Ubisoft, but even though Ubisoft don't really let us have early access to anything, Ubisoft's one of the only companies I know that I'm like, I want to cover this as a podcast. Is there any way you could provide 4 codes? And they're like, we got you. Ubisoft is so down to earth that no matter what you say about Ubisoft, as long as it's criticism and it's real criticism,
hold on
they
for a
will be
second.
right.
I'm sorry. This guy in the chat, Beta Cipher. You said Keith don't hate Xbox. Okay, well maybe he don't, but he down. He. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, but he let his ponyism show on Twitter now. I'm sorry to cut you off, Adam, but go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just stuff like that. I want the infrastructure to be better for the most part. But what's on your mind here lately?
What's up? What's going on in the community, man? Let's talk about this. I'm ready to talk about this, man. I want to talk about.
My girl was very adamant about showing the flowers I got her for Valentine's Day.
Look at that. It's so romantic. Look at that.
Yeah. Keep cracking jokes. Continue, Dirt.
No, they're nice, man. I'm serious.
Okay, well, my mom's starting to do this like flower thing on the side. So, instead of giving some random person money, I actually gave her money to do because here's the thing, people sit there and they have a family member that does something, that cooks or cuts hair. They're like, oh, that's just, I don't have to pay for that. It's like that's the people you should be supporting for the most.
Absolutely.
I paid my own mom to make that.
Yeah, man. I pay all my people that does something on the side. My sister does t-shirts. I pay her, all that stuff. But yeah, man, it's
codes, not flowers. She wants flowers. I want code. Get it right.
There you go. I can't believe this guy that said the Mighty Keith don't hate Xbox. Stop it, bro. I'm not saying he hates Xbox, but he definitely is not his favorite. Yeah, man, there's so much going on in the community, man. We got to talk about this. I have thoughts about all of it.
So, you want to get straight to the smoke?
Yeah, let's go ahead, man. Might as well,
Let me get these super chats because you guys are being mad generous, man. Face is he kind of make he dropping it like it's hot right now. We got 20 super chat from how does he like his name being pronounced?
Face 23 BKNY.
Face 23 BKNY. I will actually be in New York next month.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm taking Grace with me. It's the first time she's been out of West Virginia ever.
Oh wow, cool.
So what games are coming to Xbox from PS5 in the near future, except for MLB, since MLB forced them to do that to keep the license? Nothing. Do you got a hint?
I don't know.
You think nothing is pretty fair?
I would say I'll think something eventually, but what, I don't know.
Okay, so let's get to this one. We got a $100 super chat, man. Dropping it like it's hot, man. Dropping it like it's hot. Rise of Ronin, Helldivers 2, Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Stellar Blade, Final Fantasy, Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush. PlayStation came busting 2024 a month ago. Said they PS5 had nothing for 2024. Notice how these Xbox games keep coming in the first half. Do they got something for us in the second half? No. Nothing that you guys in the chat would care about. I'm sure they got like a lot of, stuff going on, but I don't think they have anything that you guys particularly would want to play. Now, obviously, I'm a sucker just like the next guy when it comes to like a really good indie game, especially strategy indie games. Anything XCOM styled, anything Dark Souls styled, or anything like Final Fantasy Tactics style, where it's like the grid space medieval, I will throw my money because ILP, we've always had this one thing where it's like, look, we'll take money from like Sega, all these bigger companies to promote, mobile games, cell phone games. It don't matter. But when it comes to indie games, I don't like even remotely having the conversation charging them for that. Yep. So we try to get back to the industry.
So we got going on.
Yeah, I'm muted. I witnessed. Yeah, we got $5 for Bone Slave. I witnessed year after year, IOP put in the groundwork at E3, shaking hands and meeting people. Flowers are well deserved. I almost thought he was going to say shaking hands and kissing baby. What do they say?
Yeah, like shaking hands and kissing babies,
kissing babies' foreheads and stuff. Yeah, that's where I always see people say that, so I link the two. But yeah, look, man. It's like I said, we got a lot more to go. I do feel like it affects me the most because I actually like those type of games. Now, if you don't like the Final Fantasies, the JRPGs, anything related to that, I'm sure you guys love that stuff. You love what's going on. But to me, when I see these two games, we'll get to it in a second. Let me not really ruin the show too much. So let's get in the first thing, man. Do you want to go straight into the Xbox stuff, or you want to separate the Xbox stuff with the PlayStation stuff? Talk about Xbox like a light topic, and then we'll go in on PlayStation, and then we'll talk about the aftermath.
Yeah, we can separate it, bro.
All right, so let's talk about Xbox games that are already going over today. We had a state of play that showed some games already going over.
Oh, you mean the direct?
Yeah, the direct. And after that, they just fully blow it out, said Hi-Fi Rush is coming to PlayStation. And I think the reason they did that was because the PlayStation Hi-Fi Rush trailer already leaked, and then they privated it. So I feel like they're like, look, let's not let this deem. They already know something's coming. Let's just let it go. So we got Pentiment coming, Sea of Thieves, Grounded, and Hi-Fi Rush. I can hear you. I got to go in here for 1 second. Tell me what you think.
Well, look, man. There's rumors started a couple months ago. Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves. The rumors started a couple months ago, so we went a couple months knowing this rumor. Then, of course, the rumors got much worse when people were saying Gears, Halo, Starfield, Indiana Jones was going multi-platform. So at the end of the day, those 4 games that, of course, Phil Spencer alluded to last week. He didn't say what 4 games they were. Mentioned the 4 games. He said they're going to do this when it makes sense. Now, the question is, do these 4 games make sense? Now, there were times like when the rumors first started, not with the Hi-Fi Rush rumors first started, but 2 weeks ago when the all Xbox games rumors started, I got incredibly upset about it because I was like, no, they can't be putting all of their games over there. But, I'm over that now. Phil said 4 at the moment. We'll see what happens in the future. But so those games going over there, Phil said games where they make sense. So the question is, do these games make sense? You see, Grounded.
I think they all make sense, but Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush. The only reason I say Hi-Fi Rush is okay. Well, one, the Hi-Fi Rush is not on the Switch. It's only on the PS5 and the Xbox, right? Because it's a smaller game. So I do tend to agree with Hi-Fi Rush doesn't quite make sense, but the other 3 I think make sense. Not that I'm loving it. See, like my boy Joey in the chat, he would constantly say, "Dirt, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it either, Joey." But there's some things in life we can't control. We have no control over. And when you're a big company like Microsoft, they make their decision because for these games to come out, hell, what comes out tomorrow? Pentiment comes out tomorrow, right? On the Switch. These games were obviously already being developed before the rumors leaked. So I'm not going to stress myself out over stuff I can't control. Now, Grounded makes sense. Sea of Thieves makes sense, honestly. Pentiment, I think Pentiment, just my opinion, Pentiment is irrelevant. But it is an Xbox first party game. Now, Hi-Fi Rush is a game a lot of people was upset about. So it is what it is at this point. The future, we still don't know what they're gonna do with other games in the future. I really don't think they're gonna put all of their games on those other platforms. I really don't. So we'll see what happens, brother. What you think? You on mute, bro.
My bad. Here's the thing when it comes down to this. I don't want any of these games going. I feel like it's bad for the ecosystem in the long run. Mm-hmm. We just seen certain games didn't get an Xbox release title. I think
now,
it was
that actually pisses me off more than these 4 games specifically going.
Yeah, and I look at that and I'm like, the only reason. Here's the thing, like especially the Monster Hunter story thing. I know they do like a turn-based thing. I don't know if that's what that is. Because I don't really care, like, in terms of the games. What I care about is I feel like, where does this end? Is this going to get better? Mm-hmm. My thing, one of the, Monster Hunter, we've gotten a couple of the recent installments. And I think we're supposed to get the next big installment.
Mhm.
So if we're still getting that, why is everyone getting this spin-off game or whatever but us? Like stuff like that just don't make sense to me. And to me, it sets like is it because they're not comfortable or they don't feel like what they've done with the older Monster Hunter games makes sense monetary value? Or are they not getting enough from the franchise? Because I was told Monster Hunter Worlds was a huge success on every platform.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
I'm not sure.
Clearly, if they're not porting this, there's got to be some disappointment in the sales in terms of what Monster Hunter's done on Xbox. Because to me, if it was like that and they were happy with it, they would not have skipped the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Gundam game, that's not coming over. And I don't really play those games, but it's just the principle behind the matter. Right now, console sales aren't the greatest. Do we really think that putting games like Hi-Fi Rush and potentially even a Starfield later on, do we think that's going to help these console sales go up or down? To me, I don't know. To me, I've always said for the longest time, I can't put a hand on exactly what exclusives do for a platform because we've never been in an industry where we don't see it. But at the same time, I can't tell you if it's one way or the other. And to me, taking value away from a platform is a lot worse of a thing than putting value into something. When you take something like Hi-Fi Rush, even though I would agree with people, no one's going out and buying an Xbox for Hi-Fi Rush. But 3 or 4 experiences like Hi-Fi Rush, that might get someone to go out and buy it. Okay, they look at it, they don't have anything huge I want, but you know what I could see? Like, they got Hi-Fi Rush, they got Grounded, I really enjoy that game. I don't got a PC, so I'm willing to go out there and try that. And that's my thing is, you don't have that library when you keep adding games to it. And not to mention the damage it does when you don't know when the hell these games are coming to what. How many times we see people sit there and they say something, oh, I'll wait for it to come to PC. These PC people are waiting years for PlayStation games to come to PC. You don't think there's other people like that? The biggest thing you are fighting for is the console casual. The person that spends money on just Call of Duty, just 2K, just Madden, because they equal out the majority of the systems.
Yeah, it does.
So if you go after marketing deals such as Call of Duty, which they're going to get back, do they need the exclusives? Because like I said, it's not a coincidence when you look and see almost everyone that's had the marketing rights for Call of Duty has either won a generation or done extremely well.
Hey, let me ask you this, Adam, because you just said something that made me want to ask you something. So these 4 games in particular, I'm pretty sure these games did everything they can do on the Xbox, right? What's the risk? Like you're saying, the risk of putting these games on PlayStation and Nintendo is by these being first party Xbox games, they're taking them away from the console and the PC, of course, but they're taking away from the Xbox ecosystem. Now they're putting it on another ecosystem. The question for me is not these 4 games. For me, is more about the future. What games will they do in the future? Because these 4 games in particular, in my opinion, is really nothing that's going to move the needle, right? Sea of Thieves Grounded kind of makes sense for the Nintendo and PlayStation. Not that I like it because I don't, but these are like live service games. They need a big community, right? So what happens in the future? That's more of the question for me than them doing this to, like, why are they doing these 4 games like this? Is it a test? Is it a what? I don't know.
Here's the thing. I can't tell you yes or no on the matter. I can't tell you if they're going to post this or they're going to put that. But what I refuse to do is tell you it's impossible to happen.
Oh, no, nothing. But nothing's impossible.
No, but what I'm saying is there's people on Twitter that generally think they're stopping at 4.
No. Listen, I'm the bot of all bots, and I know it's not going to stop at 4.
But you're reasonable. Some of these people that attack me on Twitter, I have this movement right now. I don't know if you've heard about it. This movement right now that I went against the mighty king. So people are trying to have people unsub to me. They're going in the IOP chat saying unsub to Addict. He ran from the line. Nah, I'm just trying to make a better line. Look, man, it's now I ain't gonna be real with you. It's the Mustard Hearts versus King's Posse. 24/7 now. I see what's on site.
Yeah.
I got a dirt. Might get caught in the crossfire. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm on King's side, but I will say this.
And see, I know where you are. You the second flank. So I must my archers know where you at, Dirt.
See, the thing is this, man. You said something last week on Iron Lords. You said no platform holder has ever had as many studios as Xbox has right now. We're going to talk about PlayStation in a few. I'm not saying what's happening right now is right, because I don't like it as an Xbox guy. I do not like it. PlayStation guys, they love it. But what's happening in this gaming industry right now is something we've never seen before. The game industry is changing completely. Yes, Xbox is putting some of their games on PlayStation. Nintendo's still in their lane. PlayStation has issues of their own right now. Let's be real. We're going to talk about it later. So, while Ponies is out there celebrating, I just need y'all to realize one thing. Everything is not flawless. Everything is not pieces of cream. People think what Xbox is doing means it's over for Xbox. I don't think that's what it means. I think the gaming industry is in a place we've never seen it before. These are not the days where it took 8 people to make a AAA game. These are not those days anymore. People need to pay attention to what's going on. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. I think when it comes down to it, man, the part that just frustrates me the most is like we all even the Mustard Hearts. We all want the same thing. We want a healthy ecosystem. And I feel like here's the thing. For the most part, I'm built for the smoke. You guys could see, you could try to come at me 6 ways from Sunday. I guarantee you, I'm still standing in the end. Guarantee it. You guys sit there, you think you're going for like a quick 1-2 knockout? Nah, we gonna be here all damn year. It don't matter what you say. I got time today. I got time this week. I got time this month. Okay, so that's all jokes and everything. It's just I just want what's best for the console, and I do feel like people are trying to act like we can't all want the same thing.
Well, agree, right? People have their own. See, but this is the thing that pisses me off. Like before I say what I'm about to say, this is the thing that pisses me off, though. Why are some people acting surprised today? Why are some people pissed off or pissed off again? Like, we didn't know this was happening. We heard the rumors earlier this year. 2 weeks ago, we heard these same rumors and additional rumors. Last week, Phil Spencer described these 4 games. He said 2 smaller games and 2 games as a service. He described these 4 games. Tom Warren said these 4 games was coming last week. What the hell are these people up here pissed off again for? The same guys I saw pissed off 2 weeks ago said, I'm okay. Team Xbox, let's go. Now it's official. These 4 games coming is official. Now they're pissed off again. F Xbox. I'm selling my Xbox. Where were you for the last 2 weeks? I know where you were because I seen you on Twitter. So how are you pissed off again? Come on, man. There's some disingenuous people out here, bro.
I think people
disingenuous people out here.
Here's the
Come on,
thing.
man.
There's a lot of people out there that's trying to just catch a wave,
That's
get some
exactly what
super
they're trying to do.
chats, get some traffic, and just, he's flipping on Twitter. I wonder what he's going to do on his podcast. So it's just like, I can't speak for them. I can't. I've been covering,
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
I've been covering gaming on YouTube for 10 years, since 2014. Do I change up on some of my opinions? Yeah, because new information has got me to change those opinions. But one thing you will never see me do is flip-flopping on what I think is going to get me more viewership.
100%.
Because I'm always going to stand on my square, even if that square falls apart. And I'm on that. What was that? There's this thing in anime. It's called in Naruto. Actually, I'm wearing a Naruto thing where this dude named Jiraiya is teaching this dude how to be a sage, and he's having to balance himself on these like little points. It's like this sharp, and he's got like this little square that he's got to do it on. So he's got to balance it on. Even if I'm sitting on one of those, I'd rather fall down and hit something than flip on something because I think it's going to get me more traffic.
100%, Addy. I agree with you 100%. How many of these guys out here switched because they thought it would benefit their channel and crash and burned? Their channel is absolutely, bruh. They're like the channel is still around, but their channel don't get the traction that they used to get. If you're not real to yourself, like what, Addy, like before you move on, let me say this. I am a real Xbox fan, right? Like this is me. We talk personally sometimes, and this is me. I'm not gonna say, well, if I say F Xbox this weekend, I know some people be mad at me, but I might get some more ponies. Bro, I've seen people go back and forth for years, all of a sudden retweeting each other, all of a sudden liking each other. Yeah, man. Yeah. Get them. I know.
You know what I love? I love
BS,
that,
man. It's all
to
BS.
this day, Xbox people get hit for the cloud's equivalent to 10 T-flops or 4 Titans or whatever. And the person that said that went and started making PlayStation content, and then they're attacking us for something he said, and he's in their ranks now. Like,
it makes no sense, man. It makes no sense to me. That's a great story right there. See, people like you've asked me, hey Dirk, man, you mind if I invite this pony on your show, on this show today, or do you mind? Sometimes I say, oh, cool. But if it's a pony, listen, people know I don't rock out with none of them, right? I used to. That's when I realized I don't like none of these N-words. I'm done. So now everybody, he's on our side now. Yeah. If your homies all of a sudden flip to Xbox, you know who I'm talking about. I still don't rock out with them. I don't forget all the stuff you said.
It's funny. People thought because last week I was talking on the Addict show, on ILP, because they were talking about something. I said, that's Tin Dog's Mustard Hearts. That's a completely different. He took some of my people. They're defectors. They don't represent me. And people thought that was an attack. Look, I see people talking about Tin Dog in the chat. Tim Dog is still I'm still 100% with Tim Dog. Look, was he a little bit too much? Yeah, but that's his own man. I can't control what other people do and what other people react to. I will say that when it comes to Tim, there's more to it than what's on the surface. I'm not getting into people's business. There's more going there than what's on the surface.
It's clearly something else. And look, like people that listen to my channel, they know I love Tim Dog, man. But the way he's been acting lately, listen, hey, I don't know you watch WWE, but what you were asking, you told me you didn't. But back in the day,
my friend Tyler, he got me to watch it. I seen NWO.
NWO. Well, let me say this.
That was way back in the day.
That was way back in the late 90s. Actually, this was 1997. This guy named Eric Bischoff, he said, if you're not with us, you're against us. That's how I feel, bro. I'm sorry. I got love for Tim Dog, but he ain't with us no more, man. I'm not going to go out there openly bash him, but
I don't think he's with us. Well, first off, I don't think he's with you because they say I can't come in either. So I've had to make my own VIP club. All right, I'm at the top drinking martinis right now. I'm waiting for people to come. I'm like that troll that's under the cave now. And when you come in my stuff, you paying me toll money, or I'm going to unleash the arrows on you. I'm away from all the fighting now. I'm about this business and I stand on it. You want to cross my cave, you gonna come with cave money.
You Look, said you had to make your own VIP?
Yeah, my own VIP, man. I got my own group now. You know, we pull up in heavy numbers, man. You know, last week we did an ambush on King. King got away. Okay, King got away, but we recruited probably about 100 of his people. We growing. Yeah. Now I haven't been able to locate Tim Dog's new headquarters because I don't like that he took my peoples. But what can I do? He's gone. Like,
hey, Allie, but you know what's funny? I had ran into a clip. It was funny the way I found this clip. I was looking on. Are you listening, Allie? Because I gotta tell you this. Oh, you okay? I have found this clip on YouTube. I was looking at something else, and an old clip of one of my shows where Tim Dog was on popped in my feed. I said, "Oh man, look, Tim Dog." Now this was a couple days ago, so I clicked on it, and it was exactly at the part where he was going off on Saltiest Gaming, and he went off on him hard, bro. He was like, "Yo, you flip flopping, blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "Whoa!" So I immediately clipped it because what he said about Salty was the same exact thing he's doing now. So I clipped it. I didn't put it out there. I passed it in a couple of DMs, and you know my boy Shaun.
That sucker came out, didn't it? That sucker ended up coming out, didn't it? Someone else clipped it. Someone else put it out.
My boy Shaun put it on his show earlier. I was going to put it out there. I said, no, I still like Tim Dog, man. No, Tim Dog always been nothing but nice.
That's the best thing. Mike Johnson said Tim Dog is in retirement.
Yeah, Tim is in retirement. But hold on now. He's in retirement, but he's still talking a lot of shit in them spaces. So because I like Tim Dog, and Tim Dog never did anything to me, I didn't put it out there. But my boy Shaun, you know, excuse me. My boy Shaun was taking it as a joke, and he kind of put it out there, but it's just like this, man. You know, like you said, you can't tell people how they should feel. You can't tell people how they should react. The same way people can't tell me how I should react or how I should feel about stuff either.
I completely agreed, 100%.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Connor had to take a drink, man. I was a little too hyped.
Yeah, it's just, look, what comes down to it. This is how I feel about when it comes to hold the line, the mustard hearts. You know, I'm the general. Keep that. You know, I'm definitely the general at this point. I kind of visualize it as, you know, in like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I think it was the second or third one. It was probably the second one. At the very end, it looked really bad. It was over. I see that as King. They're trying to hold the line. The fortress is being invaded through multiple different doorways, and it's looking horrible. And across the horizon, another army's coming down behind the enemy. That's my army, bitches. Okay, that's my army. That is the mustard hard movement over the past next couple years. And when it's looking so bad that King's people can't hold the line no more, my people show up and just start slitting necks. We're in the same war, just different sides.
Man. It's funny stuff. But you know, this type of stuff can divide, and it did divide the Xbox community
horribly.
It just did.
It's unfortunate. Horribly.
Yeah, it really did. And I gotta be honest, man. Tim Dog was the last person I thought would flip, bro. So, and you know, Tim has told me some stuff personally, like when he was on WBG, you know, behind the scenes, that I do listen to certain stuff that he say. So we'll see what happens. But you know, it did seem like he was personally upset about something. I don't know exactly what, but it definitely seems like something with Haywire. I'm not sure what happened, but at the end of the day, what Xbox is doing, a lot of us are concerned about. And let me ask you this, Addict. you know, when you think about Minecraft and Minecraft Legends and like what's the other Minecraft they had? It's Minecraft Legends and something else. We heard Phil Spencer and Matt Booty say they considered making those other iterations of Minecraft exclusive, but they chose not to. So it's like they have games that's on other platforms already. Obviously, these games going hurts a little more. Why does these games hurt a little more? No, he's Dungeon. Thank you, CL Walker. Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah,
Why
it's
do
done.
these games hurt more than the Minecraft Dungeons or Minecraft Legends? Even though I know the original one was already there, but
because Minecraft was already a status quo, and no one expected them to break that.
okay.
You know, I think they were very open with. Because were you making content when they bought that?
No,
I was.
I was in the community, but I wasn't making.
I actually have a video about them selling to him. I mean, him selling to them.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, they had the wording when they bought them that Minecraft games would always be multi-plat. I don't remember exactly because it's been so long. But my thing when it comes down to it is no one looked at Minecraft and any iterations of Minecraft because it's never been changed in terms of a status quo. These games came out, and I think what made it worse is you had Phil coming out on stage saying, we did buy this in terms of exclusivity. Then you got over to that thing he did where he was just pretty much like, you know, because we do need to be more consistent, that we do see exclusives being serious and we need to take that more serious. And then fast forward like 6 months later, oh, well, we were joking. After these 4 games, we'll do it. That's what it's just the inconsistency is the issue. And I think for the most part, none of these games are ever going to do real numbers on anything. These games are good games, but they don't have the movement to really push something through. So that's my thing with whole matter. My thing is, where does it end? Now, if I was told these are the only 4 games, we're never going to see Starfield, I would be better. If I was told everything is going to be a timed exclusive and eventually come to PlayStation, but that's going to lead to the ecosystem being better. That's going to lead to better games coming out because they're making more money. I would be okay. But the problem is with all these alternate timelines that deserve movies, we don't know which one is which. People say, Attic, you need to believe a $1 trillion company. What do you know about running a $1 trillion company? Absolutely nothing. But at the same time, we can't act like Microsoft hits 1,000 when it comes to business ideals.
No, of course not.
They got a lot of stuff that's flopped. They got a lot of stuff they've invested millions and millions of dollars. Now, I will say they have way more invested into the gaming industry than all those other things, but don't think it's not worth leaving if it's not making money. And that's my only fear, is they push so much into this thinking, okay, we're going to sell more software and it's going to lead to more consoles being sold, going to lead to more, Game Pass subscriptions, and it doesn't work. And then you have Saute, whoever has replaced him at that time, saying, do we keep investing? Maybe we should just shut the console down because it costs them a lot of money to maintain that console every year. Maybe we should just, I'm worried next gen, they sell like, they don't even break 20 mil.
No, come on, Attic.
But that's my thing. We don't know. Right now, is it good, Dirt? Can we be honest? Last year's sales was not that good.
No, it wasn't, but they're over 20 million. They're like a 27 million according to VZ charts.
And I feel you, but that is with exclusives to some degree. That is with stuff that made value to the platform.
Are you thinking all the exclusives they're going to have next gen, you think they ain't going to hit 20 million?
It just depends on how hardcore this
Call of Duty every year.
But here's the thing. And that's why I said there's too many variables we don't know. I've always said, and I've said it multiple times, we might put more emphasis on exclusives than they realistically sell consoles. The problem is up until now, we've never had a company with the balls, with enough balls to come out there and say, screw those exclusives. We're going to give you these 4, and we're going to push more from attacking at all sides. Like I said, the Call of Duties, the 2Ks, the Maddens, Battlefield sometimes, those might push out more consoles than all the Xbox exclusives combined. But we've never gotten to the point where a company's willing to put everything on the line for that. Do I think they're going to do it now? No. Is there a chance they do it? Depends on how these 4 games sell. We don't know what their expectations are for these 4 games. It could come out, be a triple copper. They never mess with these multi-plat stuff again. But there is another alternative universe where they come out and sell gangbusters. PlayStation supports it. Switch supports it. And then they're sitting here having meetings. Do we even need exclusives at that point? Consoles ain't selling that well at this moment. That is my fear. We don't know what the future
so you talking
holds.
about 10 years from now, Eddie? You talking about 10 years from now, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I might be dead by then. I don't know. Like
10 years from now, I would be 57 years old. I don't I don't know.
The thing is it puts you in a point where even if I'm gaming in 10 years, if there's even a slight chance that one of these roads leads to a no console and I lose all this digital access that I have because I've been in the digital library for damn near 10 years, where does that leave me? And to me, I prefer to go one way that I know. And, one way not even work. Here's the thing. Regardless what you put into it, regardless the issues in the industry, there's still a bigger issue than what's going on now. It's the sustainability of AAA content.
I understand that.
That might cripple the whole unit,
we'll get to that because I do want to talk about that when we talk about PlayStation. But
okay.
Addict, I think right now, just my opinion, you speculating on 10 years from now is just too much, bro. It's 10 years from now, we don't know what's going to happen 10 years from now.
It's not about me speculating 10 years. It's just me saying that there's domino effects to everything. There's domino effects to the original Xbox One launched in the way they did. They thought
domino effects to the ABK deal. We're seeing it.
And that's my point. There was drastic domino effect for the Xbox One generation. And at that time, felt a lot of people saying that was the right move. They didn't even do that stuff. And it hurt their brand for a decade.
Yeah. And yeah.
My thing is if they think this is the right way to go and they go with it fully eventually, can they survive another one? Because at that point, you're going into 3 generations: the Xbox One, the Series X, and whatever next generation is, and then you have the higher ups at Microsoft saying, "We gave it our all, we gave it an attempt. What do we do from here?" My thing is, I don't want us getting to that point. And like I said, I don't know what direction we're going. This is uncharted territory. Like you had mentioned on IOP, no one in the industry in terms of console manufacturers has had this many studios. No one. So we might be in a scenario that Microsoft and Microsoft alone, because they own like 25% of the industry, obviously I'm exaggerating, they're able to still make multi-plats and exclusives and keep things going like they normally go because they're able to do that from the they could literally have a studio, every studio making a multi-plat game because every studio got a second team for the most part. Some have 3. So that might be a thing too. Like we don't know what's left or what's right. But one thing I won't do is I won't tell you that the left scenario isn't possible or the right scenario isn't possible.
Possible, bro.
Yeah, we don't know which one's which.
We don't know. See, so okay, anything's possible, right? I will always say never when it comes to any of these businesses. Any business. Never say they would never do that. Never say they would do this. So we're here. Now, what you're saying, yeah, they're valid concerns, but not at this point are they valid concerns to me. Now, when you say years and years from now, to me, that's just too far to speculate on. Now, we're talking about the next few years. That's different. Now, this will affect something, right? Them porting these games to those platforms, we will see what happens. Will these games sell? Probably not. I don't see these games selling. I really don't. But but it could definitely be a test run or them seeing what else is going to work, what's going to stick. It could definitely affect a lot of things. And I said this in the DM I'm in earlier. I think a lot of us underestimated the impact of this ABK deal. Me,
Yes,
I just wanted
definitely.
to talk trash to ponies on Twitter. Yeah, even though I knew their games were going to stay multi-plat, yeah, Xbox on ABK. I just want to talk trash. But now we're seeing the impact of buying a $70 billion publisher, literally the
It's
biggest
scary.
publisher out there, right? Now we're seeing it. So it is what it is. Some changes are going to be made. We're seeing it right now. So at the end of the day, what's really going to happen? Who else is going to jump ship? That's the question.
I think when it comes down to it, Dirt, it's like I said, in the long logistic of things, we don't know what's going to happen. You know, there's too many variables that's unanswered. I would say, in order to really justify what's going to go left or what's going to go right, we got to see how well these games sell. If these games don't sell that well, or do they continue to try? And then there's a realm where they say, okay, these games didn't sell well, but that Starfield, that's a big game. What's that going to sell?
Now,
there's so many
those
variables.
are some valid questions right there.
There's so many variables, and they're never going to tell you. And that's my thing. When people are like, "We'll wait for the official announcement," at that point, it's too late. There's too many cogs rolling. Let me get these super chats because I'm pretty sure they have to do with what we're talking about.
Before you start super chats, let me say one thing. It is incredible to me how arrogant these PlayStation fanboys still are. It's incredible to me how they just ignore all of the stuff that happened last week with the finances, with some of the things that the CFO said. It's crazy to me how arrogant these PlayStation fanboys still are. There's some in the chat. This Marquise Johnson, he talking shit like, boy. I'm sorry. Man, you want me to read the super chats for you? I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, let me address Adel 114. I like Boomstick's podcast because he's not doom and gloom. Boomstick goes live in 40 minutes, man. You're more than welcome to go over there and watch that. Here's the thing. All to their own. I don't care how people decide they're going to make their content. But I'm going to make my content the way I want to make my content. I'm going to talk about the stuff I want to talk about. At the same time, these other people might like doing this stuff, like toxic positivity stuff, where everything's a negative, has like a lane that's a positive way. We can't talk about anything. We got to pause. We got to roll it in a positive way. That's fine. Go watch those people. Here, unfortunately, I got issues. Okay, I'm a lose my shit all the time. I'm not saying I really shouldn't even be doing this, but here I am. Let me get these super chats. I don't even know what type of currency that is. What is that?
That's
the yen.
Yen. 500 yen.
I'm not mad about Gundam skipping, but why no Redfall?
Yeah, I mean, why they ain't put Redfall over there, Addict?
Why couldn't we? That game definitely needed some extra sales. Monster Hunter World didn't launch on Xbox here in Japan, Addict. Well, yeah, because it's not on Xbox. So, I mean, maybe they're talking about
World, that's not on Xbox.
Well, no, Monster. Oh no, he's talking about it didn't launch in Japan.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
We got Junior Branch with the $5 super chat. Definitely butchered your name. We're gonna move right past that. Dirt and Dude love. Dirt and Dude. They call me Dude now. Is that my new thing?
Do you remember? It was a wrestler named Mick Foley. They say you like Mick Foley, bro.
People say I kind of look like Mick Foley a little bit.
Oh, you guys heard that before?
Have some decency during your midlife crisis. Peace and love. I hear you, man. The Angry Therapist with the $5 super chat. I'm not going to unsub to either of you guys. Can't influence me to do that. I'm always under the
shout out to the Angry Therapist.
I'm always under the influence too. $20 super chat from Face. How does he say it again? How does he say it?
Face 23 BKNY.
Face BKNY. Last week, the Xbox business update was moving up earlier. That means Xbox was going to release these games without telling Xbox fans. Totally agree with that to a degree. I totally agree with that. Here's the thing. The Starfield rumor said it was going to happen after the expansion, and that expansion probably ain't coming out this year because everything on that leaked list was pushed back a certain amount of year because of the pandemic. Do you guys honestly think if Starfield was coming out, they would tell you right now? Some food for thought. There's no reason to tell you right now. $5, $2 per chat from Karen's Raisin Potato Salad. What's up, Ebony and Irie? Oh my god, they're finding some good ways. Light and darkness.
Hey man, these the homies, man. They real clever.
L Paul with the $2 super chat. Anyone heard from Greeny lately? I got my own things with Greeny that's kind of interesting, but I can't say those on air. I don't want to get people in trouble. I got conspiracies. I probably said them to some degree. Jim Pratt's a $2 super chat. Addy, cut it out. You see the sunny numbers? We about to talk about that. You guys are about to love me. You're going to go from hating me to loving me mad fast. It's like we're going to be in a domestic relationship. We got a member chat. The Liz 22 of a member for 36 months. My opinion, I think technology will be advanced 5 to 10 years. If Xbox decides to drop hardware, they'll put your digital library on the cloud, transfer to PC. And that's totally a possibility. But at the same time, I don't know if that's going to happen. Just like I don't know what's going to happen if they put stuff on PlayStation. $5 super chat from the Angry Therapist. I wouldn't be surprised Phil and the team is being forced in a way to do this. I think that's the case. I do.
I do too.
Yeah, I don't think he's willingly doing this. If you look at that meeting, Phil did not look happy saying any of that.
Yeah, he didn't.
Oh, we got the Liz.
Phil knows how it goes in this community, bro.
We got the Liz 22. ABK changed the math on their business model. Oh, I did. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, then we got Hollywood Rules with the $2 super chat. Good thing your channels were gonna end. Oh my god. All right, so let's talk about. What's funny? People say I talk about doom and gloom. You think anyone's going to talk about this being doom and gloom?
Not if it's bad about PlayStation, but go ahead, brother.
All right, so PlayStation's I think their numbers came out like they didn't hit the right console. Tell me what's going on, Dirt.
Well, I'm paraphrasing here because I did not pull up the exact article. So it looks like PlayStation they lost $10 billion in stock value. So they lost $10 billion pretty much. They made a lot of money at it. PlayStation made a lot of money, but the profit margins weren't that great for them. They expected the profit margins to be was like 20%. I believe like the previous year it was 13%, but this year it was 6%. Meaning they made a lot of money. They broke records with revenue. They broke records, with DLC downloadables. They broke records, but the profit margins is not good for them. Is not enough. And so the CFO Hiroki Takoti, I can never say his last name right. He pretty much said, well, I'm paraphrasing here, but he's pretty much saying that they have some very talented studios, but they don't know how to make money. Now, I'm paraphrasing. That's not his exact words, but that's pretty much what he was saying. He also said that something with Bungie. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. Bungie, they need to be better with their like what they're doing. They're taking too long to make games. They're spending too much money to make games. This is what he said. Sony's president Bungie wants Bungie to be better at assuming accountability for development timelines. He's saying they're taking too long. Says there's room for improvement, but from a business perspective, they're taking too long. They're not making enough money. So that's what he's saying. Also, they said strong titles that achieve growth on PS5 and PCs and other platforms will widen our margins. Now, that was the thing that really caused an uproar on social media. Some of the Xbox homies like, yo, what did he just say? So I'm assuming he's talking about mobile. Maybe in the future, there might be a games as a service they drop on other platforms. I don't know. But everything is not pieces and cream in PlayStation land either, people. And first off, Xbox, they're just putting their games like a few of their games on other platforms for now. It doesn't mean they're having issues because their financial reports was pretty solid. So PlayStation has issues of their own right now at it, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some of their games go elsewhere also. What, like he said it. I'm not saying they're gonna drop God of War on Xbox. I'm not saying that. Tony's don't come and me say, that's what Dirk said, they're gonna drop God of War and Uncharted on Xbox. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're having their own issues right now.
I'm gonna say the same thing I said about the Xbox thing. The thing is PlayStation people telling me, they weren't specifically saying about anything. They were just saying, obviously I would say this is mainly directed towards PC. I will agree with people on that.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what, Dirk?
What's up?
Xbox had the same mentality 6 years ago or 7, however long it was before Quantum Break came on PC. Now guess what's happening, Dirk? The thing is, in the society we have and the way these corporations want to make money, it's like Phil Spencer said, you can only milk the cow so much. Once it's squeezed, you either find new ways to monetize, you expand your audience. So when PlayStation milks their games, it goes day and day and milks those games dry as much as they can. Where are they going, Dirt?
Elsewhere.
Because the thing is corporations going to want that quarterly return and their dividends. And they don't care what anyone has to say about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So when here's the thing, when the money starts vastly outweighing what they think they should be making, that's when they start having the conversations. Well, we've been making the same money for 3 years. Well, sir, we're making billions and billions of profit. That's not good enough anymore. We want to make billions and billions plus 5.
Yeah. See, they're making a lot of revenue, but the profit isn't where they want it to be. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. People are saying, why would Sony put their games on Xbox when the Xbox already programmed Xbox to buy games? The thing is look, I will agree, and maybe Dirt, maybe you can elaborate some on this. To a degree, Game Pass has programmed certain people not to buy games. But there's a huge but. Where are these people going to buy these games in the first place? If Game Pass wasn't away, where are they going to buy it? It's easy to sit there and say that you were going to buy something when you don't have to buy it. I'm curious if the people were going to buy it even if it wasn't there. And I'm highly don't know if they would. Look, there are people, I consider it like this. There's the people to the left that's going to buy it regardless if it's on Game Pass or not. There's the people in the middle, which is the vast majority of the pie, that are on the fence. And then there's the hell no, people ain't buying it on the right. I feel like a lot of people sit in this middle to the right. And there'll be people in the right that weren't going to buy that game. It didn't matter. For instance, there's been mad games that's put Gotham Knights. That sucker's in Game Pass. Never downloaded it because I wasn't going to buy that thing even if they gave it to me. And they're essentially giving me the game and I still wouldn't play it.
But it did give that game a boost. I remember seeing the article said the Game Pass gave that game a boost.
Yeah, there are people that is looking at this from. There's people looking from a semantic part, and they're like, "Look, what do we want to do in terms of going into this?" I do think there are people in that middle that would normally take bets on games. They don't bet on games anymore, especially if it's an indie game. They look at that as like, that definitely looks like in Game Pass in the first 6 months. And they don't buy the game because of that. There are those people that exist. And I would say there's a good portion of those. But I will say that the vast majority of people that say Xbox has trained people not to buy games, them bitches weren't buying that game anyway.
Brainwash Xbox people.
Yeah, they weren't buying that game anyway. But I will agree with you. There are people that would have bought it if Game Pass didn't exist.
Yeah, of course. Like me. Like I'm a real gamer, but you know, like Game Pass does benefit somebody like me also. So you know, it's what it is. Hey, can I show you something right quick?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I had the wrong thing up. Oh, okay. So when it comes to I believe the guy Hiroki Takoti. People correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's Sony COO and also CFO.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he are both of those. I could be wrong, but so if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I wanted to show something right quick because the AAA game is starting to be an issue in the industry. That's why I said Xbox is doing some stuff a lot of us Xbox fans is not happy about. But if we really look at what's going on in the gaming industry, it's something we should really, really be concerned about. Jeff Grubb, brought up because he was quote tweeting where GameSpot said no major Sony franchise games are releasing until April 2025 at the earliest. Then Jeff Grubb said, throughout all of these recent Xbox rumors, I kept pointing out that things weren't going to be clear sailing for PlayStation either. We've reached the part where AAA game development is unsustainable, is unavoidable. And we've talked about it. I've talked about it separately. We really need to look at the gaming industry as a whole, bro, because this is our favorite.
Sustainable.
It's not. This is our favorite hobby, bro.
We are on the road to a collapse. We really are. Now, I don't think it's going to be a collapse that happened in the 80s where the gaming industry almost went away. But I do think we get to the point where I will say we're already kind of there, because if you are trying to make anything remotely close to a AAA product, if you don't have a big company backing you and that game doesn't do the greatest, it's over. Shut your doors right there.
Striking Distance, the ones that made the Callisto Protocol, they gone, man.
And I'm disappointed with that, because I felt like that was a good concept. And I
loved it, bro.
With proper management and some decent talent. I mean, the same people there. I always feel like every game should at least get one sequel, because you can always improve on some of the best games that we've ever seen. Mass Effect 2, Uncharted 2.
Uncharted 2 was amazing,
sequels from games that were good, just not great. They took that formula and they made it better.
See, but Adley, those are older games where they would gamble more. They would take a chance more. Now they don't want to do that, bro. Because I love Callisto Protocol. I loved it, bro. I was like, this game was fire. Then you heard the game flop. The game had a budget of 162 million. It only sold 2 million. The game flopped, and the studio pretty much ain't doing nothing anymore. So this is something I saw. Somebody said PlayStation is having no problems. I think it was Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson, bro, listen. We just read the numbers. They just lost 10 billion, not million, billion
with a
dollars in stock value. You can't say everything is great. Nintendo is doing fine, but it's still a gamble with them, because
people are asking where my snipers are. Is there something going on in the chat right now?
I don't know.
Guys, look into that. I know I got some mods in there. I don't know who, but I got some mods in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We'll continue.
So we just can't act like everything is flawless. Not just Xbox, not just PlayStation. Look around the gaming industry, man. How many games are being canceled? Look at Embracer. They canceled 30 games in 2 or 3 years? About 30 games. We're seeing layoffs. We're seeing a lot of issues right now. So we can't act like everything is all great. I know you ponies are celebrating right now because Xbox put some games on your platform. I see ponies out there saying, I'm the Reaper. I'm coming for you, Xbox guys. And he's having a good time. And I'm going to screenshot all of his stuff when PlayStation do something that's not favorable in their eyes. But the gaming industry, I love the gaming industry. Now, I did see Nixie say the gaming industry is too big to completely collapse. I do agree with completely collapse, but it's top heavy. What I mean top heavy, what are the most played games every month? Fortnite, Call of Duty, Apex. It's the same games.
Realistically, you have probably 6-7 games making 70% of the income.
Absolutely. Once in a while, you'll get a Pal World, you'll get a Helldivers too,
and that's already starting to dwindle. So
yeah. Yeah, right. So I'm saying there's going to be, see, this is what I think. We're going to see less huge AAA games. I don't think the industry is going to collapse. I think we're going to see more smaller games. Or if it is a AAA game, it's going to be 10 hours long. Like maybe a Hellblade, you know what I'm saying? And that'll be fine with me because I don't want the industry to go away because it's my favorite hobby. 100%. And, you know, but these are things we have to talk about.
Okay, I want I did mod a couple people that I trust in the chat. Well, you know, I wouldn't go as far as trust because I've never gave you power before. So some people let that get to their head. But I will maintain. We need order in that chat. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but anyway.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, man. AAA gaming is getting out of hand, and I think Game Pass was Xbox's answer to it, and it get a little bit money in the
down. Right.
Yeah, get money in the background. So you know, I think that is what's going on here, and I think PlayStation didn't pivot that way, so they had to figure out what's going on and what they are going to do. Right now, they're trying the PC thing that might work, that may not work. You know, here's the thing: you could post stuff to PlayStation to PC, but PC is a very specific consumer group. If they don't like certain things you do, they will pirate your game and then they will brag about it on Twitter. If your game doesn't have longevity, they will pirate your game and they will brag about it on Twitter. If you don't port your games to PC, like Nintendo, they will emulate your games and brag that they stole it on Twitter. They also have no problem boycotting your shit because you have like stuff to like what is they call they call the anti-cheat stuff. I know that like hurts performance, and they get. Here's my thing: do you really expect a studio or a publisher, if there is some form of piracy is an issue, do you expect them not to try to combat it in any way, shape, or form?
Of course,
maybe. Yeah, that's Dubio, whatever it's called. So, look, at the end of the day, that's a hard group to keep happy.
Yeah,
I will say that PC people is kept. They kind of have a wild west going on over there. Like you go down the wrong alleyway on PC, you done. Like they will come at you like crazy. So look, PlayStation, they might stop at PC, but the thing is I do agree with Phil. I think we're going to start seeing consoles go to other platforms, their games. The single player games will stay away for the most part. If we don't see improvement, then they'll start moving more and more. You know, but right now I would say games as a service is the first games they're going to start sharing. And people say Addict 99% of PC players don't pirate games. There's very few people on, and I didn't say 90. I didn't say a bunch of people did. I said there's people on PC that don't care what you do. They're still pirating your game.
All right.
It is what it is at the end of the day. That's still a stigma that they have to deal with, regardless if it's true or not. And to 100%. Me, games as a service makes sense to go to Xbox and PlayStation from vice versa, because you want games as a service to have as big as a community as possible, especially if there's microtransactions to be had with it.
100%. And that's the gaming world that we live in, guys. Hey, can I answer somebody in the chat? The Lazy Otaku, I'm playing Banishers right now. I'm still early, but so far it's pretty good. It's a little janky. But it's okay. It's okay. It's I believe it's $60, so you might want to wait till it's a little bit cheaper. But you know, I'm liking it. So I love the atmosphere of it. You know, I do. But Adam, you mind if I show one more quick thing, bro? Before we go?
Let's go.
You know, when we talk about
is it slander? Please say it's slander.
Growth of the no, it's no slander. I do that on my channel. I don't do that here. Growth of the gaming industry as far as consoles. Christopher Dream put this up a few days ago, and I thought it was interesting. PS2 and the original Xbox generation combined was 180 million. The Nintendo GameCube kind of flopped, like maybe 20 more million to that. PS3 and 360 combined was just over 170 million. PS4 and Xbox combined, PS4 Xbox One was only 180 million. So if you look at the last 3 generations, now before that in the 90s, it was much smaller than this. The last 3 generations, it shows you one thing, Addict. There's not much growth in the console industry. Now, Nintendo, he didn't include Nintendo here, and we know that Nintendo is doing extremely well with the Switch, but there hasn't been growth in the gaming industry as far as consoles being sold. These are the last 3 generations. This is going all the way to 2000 when the PS2 came out. It is obviously 2024. That's 24 years, and they're around the same. The numbers are around the same, give or take 10 million here, 10 million there. And I believe Sony, Xbox knows that there has to be some type of changes. That's why PlayStation is allowing PC to get some of their games, because PC is a platform that you can't ignore anymore. Xbox figured this out in 2016. Now PlayStation is figuring this out. So I just wanted to show this to show you there hasn't been growth in the console
So
industry.
let me ask you this then. Do you think these companies could sustain themselves with the existing consumers in the industry, or do you think they're just trying to make more money?
I believe they're trying to make more money, but also I do believe the current model isn't sustainable.
Yeah, especially AAA. I would agree.
Like you can do that. You can spend 300 million on the Call of Duty. You know you're gonna get your money back. You can spend $1 billion on the GTA 6. You know you can get your money back. But where there's gonna be fewer and fewer risk. Days Gone is a game I absolutely love, bro. Loved it. Never gonna see a sequel to that game, because even though the game sold 10 million, they don't see it as a big enough hit to make a sequel. And I love the game. So Mike Johnson, you said, oh, like going to PC is dangerous, but listen, man, PlayStation realizes they need it. Bro, you see Helldivers 2 right now? I'm saying they need it, bro. They need it. People thought they would never put their games on PC. I remember people was mad when Xbox put their games on PC day and date. But it is a necessary item. I mean, it is something that's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, yo, Justy Spud, I love Days Gone, man. And Days Gone 2 probably would have came out this year. Oh, you speaking to hackers? Okay, bro. Yeah, but that's just how I feel. I just feel that the current way gaming, and now when I say game, I'm talking about Xbox and PlayStation and third party AAA games. Nintendo has their own thing, but it's just not sustainable at this point, bro. You will see more games like a Hellblade 2. I'm telling you, that quality AAA game, but it's gonna be about 8 hours, which is cool with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm okay with the 2. Yeah. Here's the thing, not everything. I actually think that we've gotten to the point where, the industry isn't in tone of what actually sells. Games that sell, that have these massive like infrastructures, these massive open worlds, they sell for more reasons just being open world. But the problem is people want to take games like The Witcher. Oh, it's open world, so that's why it's selling. No, there's so many foundations that hold that game up. Open world is just one of them.
Yeah, that's one. I love The Witcher, bro.
Great. But if you do a good game, people show up regardless. It doesn't matter if it's 5 hours long, 10 hours long, 15 hours long. But I will say if your game starts getting below like the 8-hour mark, I think the industry too feels like they need to put 70 on everything. You don't need to put a 5-hour game in 70. You would sell way more if you put it as 40.
Yeah. So like maybe that's why they're doing the digital only thing now. Hey, so Marquise Johnson, you said, I think Hellblade 2 is a bad example. It's worrying that it took them so long for a 10-hour linear story game. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair statement. They started that game in 2019. COVID hurt everybody, but it really hurt them because I don't know if you watched the little documentary on YouTube. They were traveling to Iceland to get certain stuff. And Hellblade 2 is heavily mocapped. And I believe you told me this, Addy, that it shut the damn game down when COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't even develop the game because they were traveling to Iceland. And I'm not making excuses, Marquise. I'm just saying what I heard. They were traveling to Iceland to like photograph the environment and all the stuff. So everything shut down. Pretty much they couldn't even develop the game because it's heavily mocap. So, but you're right though. They shouldn't take that long for a 10-hour game, and hopefully it doesn't take that long in the future. So that's a valid, it was a valid point.
I think the industry itself needs to change dramatically in a lot of different ways. Mm-hmm. Like I said, from how big does the game realistically need to be to how much they sell it for. Yeah. These people. What's funny is I saw someone put up there, Helldivers and Power World is outselling both Suicide Squad, and there was another game in there that just came out recently that didn't do that well.
I'm trying to think. Alan Wake 2?
No, it was recently, but it was just pretty much saying, look, like these games are small, they price them reasonably, and they're destroying these big AAA products. They're destroying them in every type of way you could think of. And people need to be more accepting that maybe everything doesn't need to be $70. And I think that has something to do with it. I really do. These companies, it's like I always said, these companies want GTA results, but they don't have GTA products.
Mm. Hey, yo, Marquise, let me ask you a question.
Skull and Bones. That's what it was. Skull and
Bones. Okay, yeah. Hey, you brought up Naughty Dog. So 2020 was when Last of Us 2 came out. Yeah. When is their next game coming out?
2029.
I know they did a couple of remasters, but listen, man, let's be real. I'm not making excuses, bro. They had a documentary talking about some of the challenges, bro. Everybody had challenges during the pandemic, 100%. PlayStation had a lot of games further along than Xbox did, but we can't sit up here and say that, come on, man. We can't sit up here and say they, I'm making excuses because Naughty Dog took 6 years or 5 years to make Hellblade 2, and it's a 10-hour game. I'm not making excuses, bro.
Problem is I've noticed in this industry where you can just speak your opinion on something. If it disagrees with something, people say, well, you're just making excuses. No, like sometimes it's just a situation. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean I can't speak on it. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things, man. I think content creation, the way the PR works, the way the industry works, you want to get technical. I would say the whole gaming industry needs to be restructured in ways.
Unfortunately, I agree with you, bro. It does it, but how though? See, that's the question. How, right?
It's not going to be my generation or your generation. Most likely, it's going to be younger people that think outside the box and start up new things. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it is what it is. That's pretty much the whole show, guys. I know we ain't really got to that Xbox business aftermath, but we kind of talked about that. We don't really got to go too much into that.
We need to talk about it anymore.
It's been a great show. Let me get these super chats real quick. We got THX1138. Sony lost profit. Fanboys paying for their meal. We got a member chat from Adidas 20. He's been a member for 8 months. 2 games for Sony and 2 for Nintendo. With all the games Xbox has coming this year, it is nothing burger.
No, I think PlayStation got all 4 of them. Nintendo only got 2 of them.
Yeah. No, I think Nintendo got 3 of them. No, they didn't get Sea of Thieves. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, me not shit can't run on the Switch, man. That water look like mud.
Yeah, Elemental P with the $5 super chat. I say everybody makes great AA games that are fun to play at. When did become the standard to go AAA? A lot of people in this industry, unfortunately, won't buy shit unless it's a AAA product.
That's terrible too, bro. That's unfortunate, man. It's
And now
unfortunate.
I do think stuff like Game Pass has made it even worse than that stigma, because when they see the indies now, that's like, oh, that's coming to Game Pass eventually. I'll just wait.
Yeah. Hey, Alvin and Black John, Nintendo did not get Hi-Fi Rush. No, it's only on PS5 and Xbox, of course.
Yeah, people were saying that in my comment section. It's like,
yeah,
maybe the Switch 2, but
yeah,
for the
possibly
Switch, it didn't.
Yeah, definitely it will be the Switch 2. But yeah, no. So Nintendo Switch got Pentiment and Grounded. PlayStation is getting all 4 of them. So.
All right, so we're closing out here, man. Dirt, where can people find you at? What's going on? I'm sure you're doing crazy stuff.
HDB, you lucky this ain't my channel, you POS.
Just time his ass out for like a month.
No. Hold on, wait. I always get him mixed up with somebody else. I don't think I don't think he's a pony. I'm sorry. Hold on, wait. I always get them mixed up. I get people mixed up. Sorry.
You know who
he might be.
You would know.
I don't know, but he might be. I don't know. I always get
talking to me. He might be talking to me.
No.
I am a goofy dude. That's fine.
No, so unban me on your other channel. I'll unban you next because you all right, man. You ain't too bad. You like Mike Johnson used to be a little bit worse, but he's seeming more calm now. You know, we can have conversations, man.
You know what's funny? It's like they come here for like the appeal, like the unban appeal. Like, right. They're like, look, I've been saying on this chat, like, give me another shot. Like,
yeah, man. Because like some guys just coming there like, bro, do you know how many comments I got today on my old Hi-Fi Rush videos from last year? You know, I did a video saying, yeah, PlayStation guys begging for Hi-Fi Rush. They came back like, look at you now, Dirt. What you got to say now, Dirt? I'm like, well, y'all begged for it. Y'all got it. There you go. No, but check out my channel, man. Having, a little fun. I got my one-man show tomorrow. I really want to do a video about people acting surprised when we knew these games were coming, but we'll see what happens about that. But yeah, that's about it, man. Thank you for having me again.
I think we're past thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know. I'm a regular member, so it's been going on 2 years. It'll be 2 years this year.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is, IOP grows, you grow, we all grow. So
yeah. I know the king can say pause after that. Pause.
Oh my god.
Pause. Like, you can't, man, them New York guys, you can't say nothing around them guys while I'm saying pause.
I know, and what's funny is they make it worse.
Yeah,
because when you're pausing everything about a show, they're gonna get extra because now they got to do it. Like they got to make you say pause about everything.
Everything, man. Listen, bro. I had somebody like a friend of mine, my coworker in real life. You can't say nothing around this dude. But like, man, I had a big steak last night. Pause. Like, bro. I said, let's have a big steak. Yeah, you said big. So I can't say the word big now. Come on, man. It's annoying, but shout out to those guys, man.
Pause.
Pause, Alex.
Pause.
Man, them New York guys out of work. Pause.
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 Pause. Pause, sucker.
Pause, sucker. Who in your ass? Yeah, so I got my show tomorrow. Come and check out. I'm have some fun, man. Have some fun.
Definitely go check. Yeah, definitely go check. Go check Dart out. You can follow me on Twitter at LordAddictILP. Obviously, every Sunday at 1 p.m. The Lords are back. And this week, I'm just gonna say it here, unless something changes, we're having Genshi on ILP. So he's like a Japanese influencer. Obviously, I'm setting up my Final Fantasy VII Rebirth podcast. What's funny is I would bring it up, but I have guests in there that Cog would kill me if I leaked. But on our IOP schedule, it says the week after Final Fantasy comes out, it says this show has been renamed to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like,
wow.
If I had my way, we wouldn't talk about anything else but that. But obviously, that's not what's going to happen. But I appreciate you coming through, man. We had a strong like 550. Pause.
Yeah. Pause.
What you doing, buddy? Pause. See, now we got to make everything pause worthy.
Yeah, man.
So it's like I said, I appreciate everyone coming through. We will be back next week. Hopefully some new, really fun, positive. Here's the thing: people say, "Well, you talk doom and gloom." I don't like talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
I hate talking about this stuff. But the thing is like, if we didn't talk about it, you call us sellouts. You never talk about the negatives on Xbox.
Yeah.
Like,
see, with me at it, I won't do a dedicated video about super negative Xbox news, but I'll talk about on the podcast because I'm not. Listen, my channel is followed by a lot of bots.
yeah,
but I would definitely talk about it
on
a podcast. But because I'd be wasting my
business-wise,
time.
it makes no sense to you. All right, but I appreciate everyone coming through, man. We gonna throw you up here now. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna send you guys over to my stream that I'm about to do for this Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Addicts Arena for this Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo 2. Ironically, someone just brought up the game in there. So we're gonna go over there and play that. Hopefully that will be a fun thing. I'm gonna be streaming essentially the whole day. I'm gonna be streaming the whole game on next week on the Friday, I think. I don't know, but all I know is I'm gonna start that stream at midnight, and I'm going to go to bed when I can't stay up any longer. So I appreciate you coming through, and we will catch you later. Peace
out.
Ooh, I clicked the wrong thing.